Hi friends, East Coast Pete here. I saw a YouTube presentation recently about the world's most overrated guitars, and this guy was on the list. I do not concur. This guy is not overrated, and he deserves every accolade that can be put toward him. Steve Vai, born in 1960 in Nassau County, New York. He's an American guitarist and composer, a singer-songwriter and producer. Got 3 Grammys. And he's got 15 more nominations for Grammys beside that. At 18, he began transcribing for Frank Zappa. He also played in Zappa's band from 1980 to 1983. Other names include David Lee Roth, Whitesnake, Public Image Ltd, Mary J. Blige, Spinal Tap, and Ozzy. And he has a bunch of solo albums as well. He heard Jimmy Page's guitar solo on Heartbreaker at the age of 12, and he wanted to do that. At 13, he took guitar lessons with Joe Satriani. He attended Berklee in Boston, where he began as a transcribinationist. To transcribe is to figure out what notes are being played from a live piece. He moved to Southern California to tour with Zappa and to begin his career as a session guitarist. His first bands were The Classified and 777. First album, Flexible, went in 1984. He also played and acted in Ralph Macchio's film Crossroads. He was the Devil's guitarist. He replaced Yngwie Malmsteen in Alcatraz and then left to tour with David Lee Roth. Eat 'Em and Smile went to number 4 in the US. Next album, Skyscraper, went to number 6. Vai designed the Gem 777 guitar for Ibanez, considered a groundbreaking design. Passion and Warfare was next, recorded at his home studio in 1989 on Relativity Records. He also replaced Adrian Vandenberg in Whitesnake. Slip of the Tongue sold 3 million copies. Passion and Warfare 1.5 million. But seems chock full of references to magic, a la Jimmy Page, a la Aleister Crowley. It has been said that if this album came out in a previous decade, Vai would have been burned as a witch. I don't know if I believe that. He also co-designed an Ibanez 7-string guitar. He left Whitesnake to form a group with Devin Townsend, T.M. Stevens, and Terry Bozzio. And the next album was Sex and Religion in 1993. It was considered early prog metal, and he began working with Ozzy Osbourne on his Osmosis album, but contract issues prevented Vai from joining Ozzy's band, and Zakk Wylde became Ozzy's next Randy Rhoads. The EP Alien Love Secrets was one of Vai's favorites. Fire Garden was the next LP. Then came G3 with Joe Satriani and Eric Johnson. And the video was filmed in Columbus, Ohio, and released in '97. Another band, The Breed, formed the Secret Jewel Box. It was a conceptual TED CD box set from different periods of his career so far. He also has composed for orchestra, sometimes with his guitar as a component. And in 2005, he released Real Illusions, Reflections, the first of a trilogy forming a concept about the human condition. A contradiction, actually. He also teaches a touring master class for new guitarists. String Theories is the new band with violins and sitars. Where the Wild Things Are went in 2009. The Story of Light went in 2012, second installment of the concept trilogy. 52 countries were included on the tour. He became the first guitarist to broadcast to 2 billion Chinese on a TV presentation. He was married once, got 2 children. He's a vegetarian and a beekeeper. He lives in Encino, in California. You heard me talk about noodling quite often on my show. Steve Vai is not a noodler. See, the difference is, and I'll try to explain this, noodling is not necessarily just fast guitar work, it's not just that. Noodling is fast guitar work that has no relationship to the music in which it's played. Like, you'll hear a fast noodling guitar solo at the beginning of a song, and then the song comes on, and it has no relation to the chord structure of what was happening. That's noodling. Or, in the middle of a song, you have a guitar break that just goes off in a totally different direction, completely different key, and then comes back and they pick up where they left off. It doesn't make sense musically. You know what I mean? That's noodling. Steve Vai is not that. He's just a real fast, slick player. If he's noodling, he's all noodles. But I don't agree. Randy Rhoads was not a noodler. Randy Rhoads studied classical music and used his guitar works as expressions of music that's in the category with all of the classics.